they ask you, are you good at Excel? Are you an Excel pro? Or and I'm like, yeah. But
Yeah.
I had other qualifications that and other experiences that qualified me for the role. I really needed to use Excel. And I also realized almost everyone on
Mm.
my team was very good at Excel. And there lies me,
Wow.
who said she was good at Excel. She was being interviewed, but
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you are joining us from. Thank you for joining today's Jenga Podcast. This is the fourth edition. Yes, this is the fourth edition. And it's going to be an amazing time joining us today. And I have on the call with me Amanda Hj. Hello, Amanda Hj. How are you doing today?
hi, Joshua. I'm good. I'm good. Hello, everyone.
All right. It's good to have you on the call today, Amanda. And trust
Yeah, I'm
me,
happy to be here
I
today.
can't wait to learn from you. Yes, trust me, I'm also happy to be here as well. I'm also happy to be here as well. And I really can't wait to learn from you. We, myself, and the viewers at home can't wait to learn from you. So today's topic of this Jenga, the topic of today's Jenga podcast is called building quietly or quietly building. So we want to talk about patience, we want to talk about burnout, we want to talk about the myth of overnight tech success stories. And I know that my wonderful guest here has a lot of things to tell us, transitioning into tech, what she has faced while building herself up, and I believe she's still building herself up in the tech because learning does not stop. So we are here to learn, you are here to listen, and also hear from another experienced tech person in the tech world. So there's an amazing question I love to ask my guests. And the question is, or should I call it question, or let me just say an amazing experience, or let's say the transition here is I love listening to my guests transitioning story, how they transition from where they are into tech. So if you don't mind sharing with us, Amanda, how your transition story was like from whatever you're doing before into tech. Can you just share with us in a few minutes before we go into other questions for today?
Okay, so my proper tech journey actually started when I started working out where I'm working now, my current workplace. So, you know that thing where you go for interview, they ask you, are you good at Excel? Are you an Excel pro? Or and I'm like, yeah. But
Yeah.
I had other qualifications that and other experiences that qualified me for the role I was hired for. So I went into
Okay.
this job and they were using Excel and then they were very, very active with Tableau too. So I was like,
Okay.
probably I need to really learn more and then learn more about this Excel because initially, whenever I hear of IT, I didn't really, growing up, our math teachers instilled fear in us because they just made maths it.
Yeah.
So whenever I hear tech, I thought it was math. So I was just running away from it. It's something I was running away from. But I realized that as part of my
Okay.
role, I really needed to use Excel. And then, so
Wow.
yes, I have to start learning it well. And I also realized almost everyone on
Mm.
my team was very good at Excel. And there lies me,
Wow.
who said she was good at Excel. She was being interviewed, but yeah. So that was when it started. So I started doing extra courses in Excel, external courses. Sometimes some organizations will be offering scholarships for external courses. I'll apply for it. If I get it, then I do the course. So I did, I think, two, three courses in Excel to get the basics. And then when I got the basics, I had some friends who are IT pro. They're already into the field. So whenever, for sometimes I will do exams, I'll pass the exams, but I know deep down within me that I don't really understand the concepts.
Mm.
So I'll call my friends and I'll explain it to them. So how do you do how are you able to do this? Explain it to me in layman's terms. So
Wow.
they'll take their time, they'll book in a time with me, take time to take me through some of the things I was finding challenges with doing it myself. And also through the constant practice, I started getting better at Excel, and I started creating some tables and all at Excel. So I was able to
Wow.
apply what I was learning there to my work too, which was good. It helped me boosted visibility in one way or the other, and even
That's
performance
fantastic.
review and also, yeah. But I also realized that despite my fear in mathematics, and I thought the notion that every IT was mathematically inclined, I was going to do calculations
Okay.
and all, which really put me off. I realized one thing. I realized that whenever I had this system I had to use, and then all I need is for somebody to teach me that system, and that was all. So I said, okay, if
Mm.
I'm able to learn all these technical ones, then it means that if I take my time to sit down, probably I'll know how to operate
You will
like
know it
other things.
better. Hmm.
Yeah, I'll know several
Hmm.
other things better. So that was what encouraged me. And then I was somewhere January this year, I was just doing my research. I realized that there were other tools. So I saw SQL, I saw Power BI, and people were signing up for boot camps and all. But I was like, okay, then why don't I look for courses that does everything? So that was like how come I chanced on Analytic and I booked in an info session. And then yeah, I think it was Emmanuel who was there with me. And then we discussed my interest and everything. And then I also asked for guidance that this is what I want. So which of the
Hmm.
courses would
Yeah.
be beneficial to
Mm-hmm.
me? And then he suggested business analyst. I think it was I also really considered it because personally I'm also working on some projects that I think the business analysis course would be useful
You hope.
to my personal project.
Yeah.
I have this personal charity projects and others that I run, which I think will be useful
Okay.
for me there. So I was like, okay, then I'll go for it and see how it goes. So when I came and then we had this data part even attached, I was like, okay, even better. Yeah. So that is how come
Wow.
I got into tech, and that's been my journey. Yeah.
Wow, fantastic. I see that you have lots of, should I say, some corners that you, some path that you took, that you still land yourself in the tech world. That's fantastic. And you know what actually made me smile when you were saying everything was that you said then our mathematics teacher in school then instilled this fear in us. So when you're thinking about tech, you're thinking about crazy mathematics, like will I be doing the Y, the X? Will I be doing sword, all of those things mathematics? But then trust me, tech does not really, sometimes some part of the tech does not even need you to go deep into those mathematical parts. And I believe that you're really enjoying yourself, Excel, Power BI, and SQL, just like you said earlier. Thank you so much for telling us the story, how you transitioned to tech, Amanda. So I have a question for you because part of what you're looking at today, we're looking at patience, burnout, the myth, or the overnight tech success stories. Okay. So one of my question is that when people look at where you are now, from the stories you've talked about, you've said. So when people look like where you are now, they probably think it happened very fast. Okay. So, but let me now ask you, how long did it actually take you to get to where you are right
It's been
now?
long.
How
Oh,
long?
I started somewhere late last year. I started around, I think around September when I started doing those courses, and that was when I had actually made up my mind to really learn,
Okay.
get into tech and learn. Around September, I started
Okay.
doing those courses. Like I did two, three courses and all. And it's not just the course. Whenever I had challenges, I called people. So till
Mm-hmm.
January when I was really into researching about how to get into IT, and I chanced on Analytic. I did my research, I booked info session and everything. And then yeah. So it's never overnight. It really takes time,
Okay.
and it's requires lots of constant practice and sacrifices, sacrificing sleep and comfort. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow. I like that part you said sacrificing sleep and comfort. It's true. It's true. So from what I'm saying right now, you've actually achieved a lot in just short period of time. But it's actually is something that you're actually doing inside as a within yourself that is only you that know what you're doing, what you're actually putting into this to get to where you are right now. Sacrificing sleep, like probably your let's say you plan to sleep, normally you sleep for 6 7 hours, but now you have to sacrifice maybe 2 or 3 hours of your sleeping hours to study, to stay up at night, and to get where you are. So that's a very fantastic story there. That's a very fantastic story there, Amanda.
It
But
hasn't
then,
been easy.
what is one thing you were quietly doing? Okay. All right, go ahead.
Sorry, Joshua. Yeah, I
Okay,
was
Amanda, you're
like,
saying
it
something?
hasn't been
Yeah.
easy. If I tell you that it has been on a silver platter, no, not at all. The stress, the burnout,
Hmm.
and all pushing through, even though you are like, you know that deep down within you, you're just tired. And then, for instance, someone like me, if after 2 hours of concentrating, I need a break. So sometimes, whenever we
Mm-hmm.
meet for even pod meetings, we have to go beyond 2 hours, and the task needs to be done. And
Wow.
here lies the case. Being a pod
Wow.
leader, I'll be the one chairing the meeting. So I can't even. There is no excuse to even just take a break.
Wow. Just take a break. Exactly. When it looks like you're getting, like, you're not even understanding it again, just take a break. All right. So I want to talking about burnout now because you actually made mention of that burnout. And I just want to say something that looks like it, ask a question that looks like it, and I just want to see and hear from you how you actually feel about it. And it is that, has there been a point where you felt like you were doing everything right? Like, felt like everything, fact, you're doing everything right, but nothing was happening.
Mm,
If you have ever been in
several
that point
times,
before, what was it like?
several times. Yeah,
Wow.
but one thing I've actually learned growing up and then in life is not to compare myself to everyone. And sometimes whenever I'm building, I know that there is an end goal to it. So I focus on my end goal. That is what I do. So at the moment, if I'm not getting the
Exactly.
results, I don't mind. And
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to ask questions. I'm not afraid to make mistakes now. I don't mind. So yeah, there's been so many
Mm-hmm.
times, but I don't really
Yeah.
mind. That is not my focus because I know that the end results, when I'm able to do it and do it well, I'm really going to gain from it in the latter at the end of it all. So yeah, there are instances, so many, even in my role, so many instances. But when I become a pro, my price goes up.
Exactly. That is it. So I'm going to hold on to that word. I'm going to hold on to that word. When I become a pro, my price goes up. Exactly. So that is it. That's part of the experience you have to, or part of the things you have to go through while building up yourself in tech. All right. So I'm still very much curious about this burnout thing. Okay. So, but that now leads me to this question: how do you know the difference between just being tired and actually being burnt out? Okay, the
Okay.
difference
Yeah.
between just being tired and actually being burnt out.
Yes. So I think I'll answer that question with practical example. So
Okay,
about tiredness, okay. So within this week, I had to. My role required that I worked beyond my usual working time, my usual 9 to 5 time, and I came
okay,
back so tired. And then to the extent that when we were having our
mm,
pod meeting, being the one chairing the meeting, I slept. But the next day,
wow.
I was able to. I know. Yes, so I'm not here to present a perfect story. We all get there.
Yeah, sure, sure, yes.
If I tell everyone listening that it's a perfect story, I'm lying to everyone. No. So yes, but the next day I was able to pick up from where we were and then we had a meeting. That was tiredness. So that day I was
Mm,
very tired and I
okay,
needed that rest. So after taking the rest from being tired, I was able to recover and then continue with the meeting or continue with any task that I had to do. But with burnout, which I experienced quite recently, I think a week or two ago, I experienced burnout. It takes longer than tiredness. And then with burnout, sometimes you lose concentration, you're not able to focus. Sometimes you sleep a lot, sometimes you don't sleep at all. But despite the fact that I'm
mm,
not sleeping, I'm still not able to do anything productive. So that is burnout. It takes
Wow.
that kind of
Mm,
enthusiasm or morale you have
mm,
from you.
mm, mm. That's true. So right now, you said something. Said burnout is longer than
Yeah.
tiredness, and also burnout takes out that enthusiasm in you. Like you might actually stay up all night, but if you're experiencing burnout, that means you'll be
No.
productive. Wow, thank you for that. But then when you said you experienced that like few weeks ago,
Yeah.
right? So when you experienced this, how were you able to bring yourself back into this amazing Amanda that I'm
I
seeing
just
right here
had
on
to
this call?
encourage myself, like, look at the goal you have ahead of you. You cannot be giving up now. There is no excuse for giving up. So I just had to as yeah,
Mm-hmm.
encourage myself and then start getting back into action gradually. It was gradual. I didn't really push myself at a goal, but I did it gradually. So if it's a day watching just one video, so it was gradually, and I got back in time. But for now, even now, I'm even able to actually overcome burnout better than how I was, let's say, a year ago, because I learned so many things which helped me. So I'm able to get that I need and the rest that I
Mm,
need. Like some of them is basically learning how to say no sometimes and then putting in some other measures to support rather than using your efforts. Do you get me? So I developed several ways to help me
mm-hmm,
overcome
mm-hmm.
burnout, which is being helpful. Yeah. So that's how I was able to come
Wow.
off it quicker than I would have some years back. So yeah. And I encourage
Mm.
myself. I look at the goal. I look at where
Wow.
I am now.
Wow.
Like, no, there is no excuse, Amanda. There is no excuse. Get
Turning
up,
back.
get up and start
Mm.
doing something. Yeah.
Wow. So I'm really inspired with your story right now. It's really inspiring me, and I know that viewers all over the world are also inspired. Okay. So if I wanted to take this moment to encourage people or anyone listening to this right now, because I'm very sure some of us may be experiencing burnout or tiredness. What is that one thing that you want to tell them, for viewers at home, that is experiencing that is currently in this state you were a few weeks ago? What is that one thing you want to tell them?
Okay, so I will tell them that I know the journey is not easy. It has never been easy, but let's just focus on our end goal and what we want to get from the course that we are doing. Just let that be your focus and then picture yourself in some years to come being in the role you aspire to be now, and then yeah, be encouraged to keep trying regardless. I know it's difficult, it's challenging. Burnout is very challenging to be at that state because you lose the motivation to get up even, but until you keep trying, you may never know how it goes. So regardless of it, let's
Mm,
just put in the effort,
mm,
even if it is gradually, if it is gradual effort, it's better than none. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, start from somewhere, start from one step at a go. Like I always say, it's not you don't we always start from somewhere. We start from known to unknown. So start from the little things that you can do,
y-
the things that is easier for you to do to help
yeah.
yourselves. Start with that one and then gradually you get there. But if you want to, like I say, we
Mm,
always want to
mm.
step out
Thank
of
you so
our
much. Thank you.
comfort zone. We have this theory, comfort, stretch, panic.
Exactly.
If you want, we always want to step out of our comfort zone. But if you stretch yourself too much, you are going to panic. So it's a gradual process, one step at a
Mm.
time.
I just want to tweak the question a bit, or flip it to another side. And I want to really talk about this whole thing on social media when it comes to tech. Okay? Because social media makes a lot of tech journey, it makes it just look instant. Someone just said that, oh, I started tech yesterday, I started learning yesterday, and today I'm a data analyst. Okay. Some people actually make it look like that. Do you understand? But my question is now, that what's something about your journey that never made it online? One thing about your journey
Okay,
that never made
Joshua,
it online.
if I'll be frank, I'll say that I don't think my journey has even made it online yet. So yes, so I'm building
Okay.
But just like most of us on the call now, we go through, we become overwhelmed and all, and then we don't even make time to tell our stories online. So I believe that with time, I'm definitely going to share my journey online. I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say.
Wow.
So it's
Wow.
never a 9 day wonder thing. It's never a 9 day one. Even
Mm-hmm.
doing our assignments alone takes quite a couple of time and hours and days to be able to. So yeah. So if I'll be frank with the online thing. It's never so when you see me online, I say hello. I started tech 2 weeks ago. You all know that no, that's not the reality on ground. I've been building
Mm-hmm.
quietly since last year when I started those courses. Yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you, Amanda. I love that. I love your sincerity. Like, it's one of the amazing thing I've listened to today. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well done. Thank you so much. So, I know that you're a pod leader. Okay. And sharing your story as a pod leader, if I'm your pod member, I would have seen that. I would be saying it right to your face that, wow, Amanda, you're a fantastic leader. Because all of these things you've been saying, I'm very sure that most of your pod members would have listened to these. They would have seen the amazing leadership skills you have. Okay. So I want to ask, I just want to do a little bit of digression into leadership. Okay. Because I love talking about leadership as well. Whenever we are having hosting this kind of podcast. So as a leader, has there been a time whereby you had to hold your members' hand, like they are really drowning? Okay, they want to also get to that level, but they are really, really drawing. They don't have they've tried to gather strength within outside. So has there been any member of your pod leaders that pod member that that's actually felt like this, and you trying to bring them up? If that is the case, can you share with us on this call? Let's also hear from you and listen
Oh
to you
yeah,
on
several
how you were able to
times.
bring your pod members up from their downstate.
Several times, but like I always say to my pod members, we are like a family and we are all winning together. So
Wow.
yes, there's been several
Exactly.
times, and I
Exactly.
understand them. I understand them because I have been there. Joshua, if you remember, I actually started in April or March, but I had to drop
Okay.
off
Yeah.
myself because of yeah, I had to defer myself because like of circumstances, situations beyond my capacity at that time. So I
All
understand them.
right.
I've gone through it before. So yeah, I actually encourage them that we are actually one team working towards the same goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so that is
Yeah.
what we basically do. We are one big family as a pod, and I like the vibe in my pod and how my pod members are, how we relate to each one another as like one people. It's lovely to see. And
Yo.
one thing I also do is I
Okay.
record our meetings and then post them on
Okay.
our WhatsApp
Wow.
group so that those who are not able to join there
Wow.
and then for some one reason
They
or
can
the
also
other
watch it.
can watch it
Mm.
later to understand where we are and what we did to get there. Yes, and then we also share our
Wow.
assignments and everything on the platform for those just to encourage everybody to also be at the same stage with us. There are times that I'm not even able to hold a meeting myself because of one reason or the other, but my board members are always ever ready to take charge and lead
Wow.
the meeting while
Mm.
I just join and listen to them. Yeah, so it's a
Well,
collaborative work. We are all working together.
yeah. Exactly, exactly. I love the part where you said that days whereby you're not able to lead the meeting or you're not in the meeting, your pod leaders or pod members take over. That shows that you as a leader, you've actually shown yourself to your pod members and they also imitate that character in you. Okay, that makes you a successful leader there. Okay, so I'm saying well done to, and I'm clapping for you right now.
Thank you.
That's very fantastic. That's very awesome. And the fact that you see your pod as a family whereby everybody can be vulnerable, anybody that is feeling down
Yeah.
you can pick the person up. Oh, don't worry, we're in this together. That's also another amazing thing I'm listening to right now. And I just want to say well done to you, well done to your pod members, and keep doing the great work. Keep doing the great work. Okay. All right. So So that's just a little bit of
Just so
digression.
we are
I just
Fort
want to. I
Vega.
just want to.
Fort Vega. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so viewers at home, people watching us right now, if you have any question for Amanda, the comment section is open. You can just drop our questions there so we can get to hear from Amanda. Okay, happy to be here. That's from Emmanuel Neba. Emmanuel Neba, I'm also glad that you are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. So if you have any question for Amanda, please let's bring it on. Let's bring it on. Okay, all right. So Amanda, I'm really enjoying this section, and it has been an amazing section so far. The couple of minutes we spent together, I've really seen so many amazing things you're doing, and I just want to say, well done to you, well done to you. So that takes me to my next question, because we're still talking about patience. Yeah, we're still talking about burnout and so many things. So you made mention of something the other time that when you feel so down, when you feel like you can't keep going, maybe you're experiencing burnout, you just have to look at that thing, eh, and what you want to achieve, and that will instigate some encouragement in you. So I know that's what you said, but I want us to now deal with that. I want us to pound on it a bit, okay? So that will now take me to my next question that says, what kept you going on days you didn't see any progress? Okay, because there might be some days whereby you're actually doing it, but it's just as if everything seems stagnant. But you know that you're actually enacting effort, you know that you're actually putting effort, you're actually, but then it looks like, I'm doing this thing, is it not working? Okay, there are days like that. So what kept you going, eh, on days like that, days that you don't see any progress? What actually kept you going?
Joshua, the fact that some people have been able to make it tells me
Mm-hmm.
that if I also put in effort, I'll be able to make it. And I
Hmm.
also know that
Hmm.
it's about constant practice. That is what helps you get the experience that you need.
Wow.
So that
Wow.
motivates
Wow.
me.
Constant
People
practice.
have been able to do
Hmm.
it. And there is nothing in giving up, actually. There is nothing in giving up. So, yeah. There is this Ghanaian song that translates that if you give up and see, and then you end up being dying of hunger. So there
Hmm.
is actually nothing in giving up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that keeps me going. So I like, if you my
Hmm.
pod members could testify, I like to try. Sometimes when you're working, I said, let's try and see how it goes. If it doesn't go, even if
Mm-hmm.
we didn't get the right answer, we know we tried and it didn't work out. So let's just explore.
Exactly.
So yeah, if some people have been able to make
Hmm.
it in their field, then I can also make it. And now I've learned that it requires lots of sacrifice and
Wow.
putting in more effort and yeah, keeping your
Mm-hmm.
eye to the goal.
Wow. You said something that is really inspiring. If others could make it, you would definitely make it. That's so inspiring. That's so inspiring. And at the point, I froze for like, I say some milliseconds. I froze when I heard that. I was like, wow. Wow. So there is no giving up here. There is no giving up here. Our eyes is still on that target. And if it looks like everything we are putting in does not look like it's working, we won't relent. We'll keep adding up, adding up. And if this person could actually make it, I will also make it.
Yeah.
That's so inspiring, Amanda.
Yeah.
Well done,
And
well done.
then sometimes,
I'm so glad that you have this school of thought. Okay?
thank you, Joshua. And then,
Go ahead,
yeah,
Amanda.
sometimes when I watch the mentorship sessions, yeah, I think I've watched quite a
Mm-hmm.
couple, and I've seen that some people didn't weren't even in tech, and they're able to get jobs and they are pros. So it tells me that yeah, if you keep trying,
Mm,
you get there. Just that we all have different journeys. That is why I'm very conscious of comparison, comparing yourself to others. We all have different journeys and different ways of our or different ways of arriving at the
yeah.
same destination. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So if somebody's journey may be different, somebody may get there
Mm,
faster, somebody may get there but not as fast as the other person. But we are
Mm-hmm.
all going. If we are all going to the same place and we are all working together, we will all get there. So don't beat yourself up too. I have realized that these times people like to we all do it. That perfectionism syndrome sometimes wants to make us beat ourselves up, and then over
Mm-hmm.
little things, over tiniest mistakes. But if you don't make mistakes,
Yeah.
how would you learn from them? Sometimes just make the mistakes and then own up and then learn from them.
Hmm. Amanda, thank you so much. I'm really impressed listening to this and hearing this from you, honestly speaking. So, you said you talk about something, don't beat yourself too much, don't beat yourself up. There are days you make mistakes, you just have to pick yourself up again and try again. And also, you said something that's really caught my attention. You actually said this at the start of this podcast that you don't compare yourself, okay? Don't compare with yourself with others. Everybody's journey is different. And trust me, it's as if you actually knows what that I'm definitely going to talk about this because I want to talk about comparison in the tech world. And that's that you've already answered your question partially, but I still want us to for listeners at home to have better view on this to have greater what's it called understanding about this comparison, self-comparison. That's why I'm asking this question again. And the question is, did you ever compare yourself I mean your pace to someone else's pace? And feel like you were falling behind. So if that is the case, how did you handle it, and were you able to bring yourself back up?
Yes, I did. But you know what, Joshua? I
Wow.
later realized that those people I'm
Yeah.
comparing myself to, they had also had their time where they were learning, but
Mm-hmm.
they were learners in the tech field. So I was just like, you know what, my journey is not their journey, and then they've been where I am.
Exactly.
They've been there before now, and now I'm only seeing the
Yeah.
output. I don't know the times when they were struggling and everything. So far as they are all willing to help
Mm-hmm.
me and all, that is what matters to me. So and then
Wow.
actually I initially said I had friends who are already in IT and tech world where I contact
Yeah.
them for
Yeah.
support and everything. And then I'm like, okay, they were like, sometimes they're even surprised at Amanda, how come? Especially when we were working on Excel, they're like, "How did you get it? How did you know this?" I'm like, "Okay, so you think you're the only one who is teaching me? I'm learning on my own too." So sometimes they're like, "We didn't teach you this. How did you know?" I'm like, "Okay, I'm also learning on my own, one way or the other." So yeah, don't expect me that I'll just be there waiting for you to come and teach me something before I move
Hmm.
on. So yeah, there are times that people have bypassed where you are and they are now experts. But you should know that they were once where you were before they became
Mm-hmm.
experts. So there is no need actually
Yeah.
comparing yourself to anyone. Yeah.
Exactly. Just like you said the other time, everybody's journey is different.
Yes, everybody's journey is different. Yes. And sometimes I realize that some of even my friends who are tech pros, their life looks like you are really learning everything so quickly and all, and how come I'm like when they compare to their journey was not like that. How I'm like everybody's journey is different. Everybody's journey is different. So and one thing I realized is though they are also experts, whenever they are helping or guiding me with something, they see them, it reminds them of the time that they were once like me and their progress. So for all you know, the person you
Yeah.
think you are comparing yourself to is also comparing themselves to you in one way or the other. So I don't think it's really, yeah. I've actually come to a stage where I'm not really bothered about comparisons in life because I believe everyone's journey is different. Probably some 2 3 years ago, yes, but now I'm not in competition with anyone. I'm just in competition with myself, my former self, and my future self.
A question actually jumped on my mind because you said like 2, 3 years ago, probably you might actually be in that part of your comparing yourself to others. So what actually brought you to the realization that you don't need to compare yourself with anyone, that
I think
everybody's journey is different? What actually brought to that
yes.
realization?
Yeah. Some of the lessons in life, Joshua, is just age, maturity, and age that teaches you actually. there are
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah, it gets to a point in time you realize that some things are not necessary. Like getting yourself worked over something. For instance,
Wow.
there are instances where for you may be running late for work or something. You know you have to be there on time. But here lies the case: you are in traffic or something. If you rush, you may hurt
Yes.
yourself. Why don't you just message your manager and tell the person
Mm-hmm.
you're running late? Like so, some of the things is maturity that teaches you that
Exactly.
some of them are not really necessary
Exactly.
and they are not good for your personal development, personal
Wow, that's
growth.
awesome.
And I've also realized that growing up,
Mm-hmm.
I've come to
Mm-hmm.
really understand myself better. I've come to really know myself better.
Mm-hmm.
So if you would take time
Mm,
and then get to know yourself, it's also very important.
mm,
If you take time to get to know
mm.
yourself and then certain distractions won't really affect you. Know yourself, know where you want to get to
Yeah.
and how you'll be able to get there. That will be beneficial to you, the individual. When you get to know
Mm.
that certain things don't distract you at all. Yeah, some years
Wow.
ago I'll be worried about almost
Wow.
everything that is surrounding me. But now, no. I'm too focused
Hmm. Wow. I like that word. You are too focused. You are too focused. No more
to see
distraction.
distractions,
Our
yeah.
hide is on the our hide is on that target. We are not losing focus. Fantastic one, Amanda. So there's something you said about getting to understand yourself and later know yourself. I can see some things around self awareness. Yeah, whether you're aware about yourself. That's amazing, Amanda. That shows that you've really grown. So I have two more questions, Amanda. This question is something that I really want you to give me your honest answer. Okay. What does success actually look like to you now? Okay. Versus how you used to see success in the past.
Okay, for now, in the past, for instance, when I was young, if you asked me, or just maybe some few years back, what success looks like to me, I would have said probably maybe working in Microsoft or something. Yeah. So then, what happens when you have such dreams? When you have such, and then yeah, I'm not yet at Microsoft, but does it mean I'm not doing well for myself in other areas? I am. So yeah, it makes you really belittle yourself in certain stages and instances where you're not supposed to be, and it affects your self confidence, it affects your self esteem, and a whole lot. But for now, what success means to me is to do
Mm-hmm.
whatever I'm doing very well. Yes, my brother
Mm,
has the saying: if it must be done, it
mm.
must be done well. So I try my best. If I don't know something, I am
Exactly.
not shy to ask. If I need clarification on anything, I'm not shy
Wow.
to ask. I don't mind asking because I
Mm-hmm.
believe that it is if I don't know today and I ask and I know tomorrow, it's one
Yeah.
knowledge added to what I already
Yeah.
have. So and I'm not afraid to.
Yeah.
Initially, I had this perfectionism mindset that when I make mistakes, I panic and all. And then when you panic, you are not able to concentrate. You're not able to focus to even correct the mistakes properly at the time when you need to do it. So I learned not to panic anymore.
Mm.
When I make mistakes, it's part of it. How can I how will I be able to correct these mistakes?
Do
Who should I
better.
do? I need to contact somebody for
Mm-hmm.
assistance then? And then I also want to hint on the fact that we have people around us. We should make use of the people resources around us, the network connections we have, the networks we have. Let's make
Wow.
use of them. It is one thing I learned later in life that has been very beneficial. There are certain things you might want to research, get to know yourself, but then somebody knows it who can help you get it within minutes. Within minutes, you might have learned some knowledge. Within minutes, you learn a skill.
Mm.
But going to research yourself is good, but it may take time. So let's make use of the people that we have around us, the experts we have around us, and yeah, that
Exactly.
is one thing I also learned that is really keep me going. That's why I like to worry. Every day I say I like to worry a lot. And I don't mind worrying you because if I worry you and I will get whatever support that I need. So don't be shy to ask questions, don't be shy to approach people whom you know can help, and don't be afraid to make connections. Make as many connections as you can make, productive connections who will be helpful and beneficial to you, who will help you grow professionally, who will help you grow personally. So yeah, don't be afraid to approach people and ask. Always ask.
Wow, thank you so much. In fact, you've actually hit the nail on the head. I was about to ask you to just give the last word for today, and what you just said right now already covers it all. Like, don't be shy to reach out to people. Networking. Network. I think one of these days we're going to have a topic on networking. Probably maybe the next podcast might actually be on networking, so we can also learn from experts like us on how to network and the best thing you can get from networking. And I can say networking is actually one of the things you need as a tech star to succeed in the tech world. Yes, trust me. And Amanda has said something amazing right now, that don't be shy to ask for help. Don't be shy to network. You make use of the people you have around you. Okay, you might actually need an answer to something, and there's somebody right there. Hello, Steph. I need help on this. Hello, Amanda. Well, have you done this? Do you have experience in this? And you'll be so surprised that they have the exact answer to the questions that you need answer to. So thank you so much, Amanda. Thank you so much for that fantastic and that great word of wisdom. Okay, thank you so much. I'm really enjoying myself here, and I know that viewers at home are also enjoying themselves. So one more questions, and it's just like an admonition to someone building quietly. Okay, so if someone is building quietly right now, and the person is watching us or listening to us, or probably going to come across this video in the future and feels invisible, what will you want to say to them?
We've all felt invisible at one point in time, one stage or the other. We've all felt invisible, and that is what I think sometimes building is like. Okay, so if you feel
Hmm.
invisible, don't give up, keep building. But you know what? I want you to start doing differently, because it's one thing I learned that actually helped me to come this far, even with my confidence and everything, leadership skills and everything. Share your wins. So what I do is I build invisible, but I share my wins.
Wow.
Yeah, share your
Hmm.
wins. It starts from there. Build quietly. Build
Exactly.
quietly. Just
Exactly.
take time
That
and
is part of
build,
what.
but make sure that whenever you get the end result, don't hesitate to share your wins. It's
Hmm.
actually going to go a long way to
Exactly.
help you in so many ways. Let people know that you are doing something.
Hmm. Hmm.
I know
I
that
love this.
coming from
So
Africa, we were
so
raised with
awesome.
this mentality or notion that, like, don't let people see what you are doing. Don't let anyone know what you are
Yes.
doing
Something
and
like
all.
that.
If people no, share your wins. Share your wins. It will really go a long
Exactly.
way to help you. You can build quietly, build
Exactly.
silently,
Hmm.
but for your wins, don't keep quiet about them. Share them. And be strategic about the
Wow.
people you are sharing your wins to, because they also count.
These are word of wisdom. These are word of wisdom, Amanda. Share your wins. Build quietly, but share your wins. Wow. I'm so blown away, because that's how people can know who you are. That's how people can know that you, and that's how you can actually measure your growth. Okay, do it quietly, but share your wins in the public, and be strategic to who you are sharing your wins to. That's fantastic. Another thing I would just like to add on that is that if you're building quietly and you want to share your wins, you have different channels, professional channels where you can actually share your wins, and it also draw more more attention to you, and you have lot of network around you, network of people you connect to, and people you interact to later in future, and that's on LinkedIn. That's on
Yeah.
LinkedIn. So most of the things you've been doing, your success result, your success story, your projects. an amazing thing you've done in the past that's really solved a solution, a problem. You can go on LinkedIn, go and blow the trumpet. Let people see the amazing job you've been doing. You've been building quietly, but just like what Amanda said, share your wins. So go on LinkedIn, go on your social media page, go on Twitter, go and share your wins. Let people know this, the thing you are building. Let people see the solution you're bringing into the world with tech. So that'll be all for today. That'll be all for today, viewers at home. Wow, these are amazing words. These are words of wisdom coming right in from you, Amanda. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, viewers at home. Thank you for joining today's edition of Jenga Podcast. This is this fourth episode of Jenga Podcast. Subscribe, listen to the past podcasts we have, and also thank you so much, everyone, for joining us once again. See you in the next episode of Jenga Podcast. And before then, keep building, okay? Keep building and keep what? Keep celebrating your wins. Keep celebrating your wins. And all of the things you've heard today, let's start practicing it, okay? Thank you so much, guys. I see you some other time.
I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who was able to join, and even everyone who will join later. Thank you for having me here, and thank you for listening to my story.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your story, Amanda. Bye for now.